Üdvözlök mindenkit, én Szajvék, azt még láthatjátok az Inanna Epikája című játék, abban is egy random gameplayes kis videó. Rollről, nem tudom. Fogalmam sincs amúgy, hogy mi ez a játék, úgyhogy átnézzük a dolgokat. Na, ablakban fogjuk játszani a játékot. Hát a hangerők azok így vannak beállítva, amúgy 30%-ban veszem fel a játéknak a hangerét OBS-sel, mert az OBS látja. Amúgy ne kérdezzétek, hogy miért ablakban nyílt meg. Mindegy, valamiért. Ablakban nyílt meg. Ugrás, láthatatlan szöveg, after choice, átmenetek. Jó, rollről, mi ez? Nem tudom, hogy az ilyen Inanna Epikája, úgyhogy elolvassuk. Jó, fogalmam sincs, hogy mi ez. Na, billentyűzet, egér. Valakik elősegíti a párbeszéd és aktiválja az interfészt. Középséget eredeti a felhasználói felületet belép, a játék menüjébe visszatér a korábbi párbeszédekhez. Jó, szerintem ne húzzuk az időt, adjunk a játéknak 20 percet, jó? Meglátjuk, hogy mit tud alkotni. Fogalmam sincs, hogy mi a műfaja meg ilyesmi. Megláttam Steamen, ingyenes, és úgy voltam vele, hogy hát hajrá. Remélem jogvédett. Mondjuk, hogyha ez FMV, tehát olyan, hogy élőszereplős, akkor már jó ponttal fog indulni.
In ancient Mesopotamia, the high priestess of Inanna, in Hedwana, sat within the temple of the goddess as chaos and intrigue grew throughout the land. In Hedwana knew that the coming danger was not only to her people, but to all of humanity. Yet her aspect was calm, her words measured and deliberate. For in Hedwana had experienced a most fateful dream the night before, and she knew well the question her young attendant would ask.
How did the humans get the maze in Hedwana?
Listen, young Utuzus. So you will learn how the Queen of Heaven gave humans the holy maze. Long ago, a terrible storm brought darkness and chaos over the world. Many of our ancestors abandoned hope, for it seemed that the tree of humanity was doomed to extinction. But although the other gods ignored the people's suffering, the Queen of Heaven, Inanna, looked on with love and decided to save humanity. She boldly went to Enki, the god of wisdom in the deep sweet waters. Enki greeted Inanna respectfully, shared the drink of the gods, and then tested her with many challenges. Inanna prevailed against each of Enki's trials, showing herself to be his equal in intelligence. Enki was so enamored with Inanna's beauty and brilliance that he proudly offered to her the holy maze. Inanna accepted the maze graciously, placed them in the boat of heaven, and then set out for the land of the humans. After Inanna left and Enki recovered his sobriety, he realized his boastful mistake and sent demons to stop the boat of heaven. But Inanna called to Ninshinbur, the Queen of the East, for aid, and Ninshinbur valiantly defeated the monsters. Again and again Enki sent demons to stop Inanna, but again and again Ninshinbur came to Inanna's rescue. At last the boat of heaven and the holy maze reached the humans' gates. Inanna freely shared the maze with the people, allowing humans to survive the storm and prosper greatly. Inanna laughed with delight at the people's joy and exultation of her. Enki, too, saw the people rejoicing and was moved to rejoice with them. All was in harmony. But humanity, which Inanna had saved and nurtured, was still young and vulnerable. The vigor and fertility of humanity brought an evil-hearted serpent to nest within its tree. This wicked one offered the privileges of exploitation to those who followed him, and this attracted many among the humans. Once the serpent amassed an army of followers, they ousted Inanna and denigrated her worship. Inanna called out to the other gods for help to rescue the worthy among the humans, but they saw only the humans' dishonor and so would not help them. Inanna spoke to the future, hiding the maze within a song unsung. Having set destiny in motion, Inanna rested in the heavens and awaited the dawn. In time, great heroes heard the call of Inanna and, one by one, they entered her garden to battle the serpent and his followers. When the fifth dawn came at last, the wicked one was slain and the tree of humanity was safe. The people again rejoiced and sang the praises of Inanna. Smiling like a mother whose children have grown strong and wise, the Queen of Heaven stretched her arms across the earth and gave the fruit of immortal happiness to humanity.
Then why do we still need the maze?
At that very moment, the king of Akkad, Manishtushu, hurriedly brushed by Enheduanna's guard, Tahunum, at the great door. The king's face was ashen with worry, and he wrung his hands as he spoke.
High Priestess Enheduanna, we must talk. The beginning of the end is upon us.
Yes, Manishtushu, we will talk. Listen, sweet Utuzus. Inanna's heroes have not yet come. The maize are the holy seeds which must grow in order to bear fruit. If we are not careful to nurture and protect them, all will be lost before Inanna's song is heard. Now go to your mother, Utuzus. I must talk with King Manishtushu.
Enheduanna, what of her? She should leave, should she not?
No, my brother. Ninki is loyal to the Queen of Heaven.
Very well. Listen closely, sister. We must flee. They are coming for me, and when they have finished, they will come for you as well.
And I will greet them with courage and pride, Manishtushu, just as you should. Where is the Lion of Suma, brother? The brave king whose mighty war cry strikes fear into his enemies.
The time for bravery is over, sister. All we can do now is save ourselves.
Brother, remember what it means to be king. You must think not only of saving yourself, but saving your people. Be brave, Manishtushu, for their sake.
What worth does bravery have? In the end, how is the brave king any different from the cowardly one? Both end life alone, turning into dirt in their tombs. Forget bravery, sister. Let's flee while we can.
Your life has worth beyond your body and its fate. The people depend on you as their protector. Have you so easily forgotten your duty to your people, brother?
It is the people who have forgotten their duty to us, sister. Where were the people when my son Naram Sin stalked me in these halls, plotting my downfall? Where are they now, when he musters his forces against us? Let us leave this land, Enheduanna, and hasten to our cousins over the mountains.
I will not, brother. I will never break the oaths that I have made to the people and to the temple of Inanna.
And what of your oath to me, your own brother?
Do not ask me to choose, Manishtushu. I am sworn to the goddess. Stand with me against the usurpers.
Tahunum's flawless hearing detected another visitor ascending the temple steps. He furtively looked out the porthole of the great door.
High Priestess, Naram Sin approaches. Shall I block his way?
Ez egy vizuális novella. És várnám, hogy valamikor megálljon, hogy valamit is csináljunk ebben a vizuális novellában, de ez csak így megy előre, és megy előre. Jó. Kivárom. Én kivárom.
Brother, stay and fight. The temple will aid you.
I must flee. Remember when they come for you that I tried to save you.
Manishtushu.
Goodbye.
King Manishtushu turned to leave and Tahunum gestured to the servants' entrance. Manishtushu frowned, but quickly exited through its simple frame. Then, just for a single moment, Enheduanna drew her hand over her face and allowed her resolve to briefly soften.
What have I done?
High Priestess.
It is futile, Tahunum. Let Naram Sin enter.
Tahunum drew the great door open and the noble, Naram Sin, strode into the room, his eyes fixed on Enheduanna like a jackal cornering its prey. He was accompanied by his most trusted officer, Galagal, whose eyes darted across the room.
Aunt, have you seen Manishtusu? I have heard he has entered your temple.
Do you mean your father, the king?
He's been here, hasn't he? Let me guess. He pled with you to run away with him. But you were too proud to flee, and yet he was too afraid to stand against me. Enheduanna, why would you wish to ally with such a coward?
This is the holy temple of Inanna. Only the reverential are allowed to enter. Tell me, Naram Sin, have you discovered piety in your heart?
Piety? I have no use for any goddess.
Then you already have the answers to your questions. Now, if you will excuse me, I must prepare the offering to Inanna.
You know, Aunt, I have looked into the royal accounts and noticed that your little goddess costs the kingdom dearly. Someday we should speak of changing this temple into something that enriches the kingdom rather than drains it of treasure. Perhaps a brothel or a lending house.
Someday perhaps, but not today. Now, unless you wish to join the rites, surely something more enriching calls you elsewhere?
Yes, indeed, something does. But I will return. Of that you may be sure, Aunt.
And I will be ready when you return. Of that you may be sure.
Naram Sin snorted and stared coldly at Enheduanna for an uncomfortably long time, then abruptly
Végülis a
left.
színészek jól olvassák fel a szöveget. Nem rossz a színészi játék hanggal.
But, reconsidering, Galagal silently followed through the great door after Naram Sin. Once Tahunum had ensured that the intruders had fully descended the temple stairs, he nodded to Enheduanna. At once, the high priestess rose from her chair.
Quick, Ninki. We must prepare immediately.
Yes, High Priestess. Are we leaving?
Not we, but you. I will stay, and, with Inanna's blessings, I will fend off my nephew and his ruthless ambitions. But there is something much too precious to risk falling into the hands of Naram Sin. You must take it to the other world.
The other world of the West? Is the other world real, High Priestess?
Yes, and I need you to take it there, Ninki.
Take what, High Priestess?
The most holy of the holy maze. It reveals the magic of the soil. This is the secret of creating life from death and purity from filth, and came straight from the star of Inanna. I must enter the innermost chamber of the temple to retrieve it. Ninki, you must take the May to the Druidia, for only the Druidia know the way to the other world.
The Druidia? I thought they were only a story.
They are indeed real, and the Mainoan know the route to them. Thus you must go to Crete, and from there to the Druidia. We must hurry. I am going to the chamber to get the tablet. Wait here with Tahunum, and pray for me, Ninki.
Yes, High Priestess.
Enheduanna traced her fingertips across an engraving of Inanna in the back wall of the room, then pressed carefully in two features of its figure. The sound of expertly carved stone sliding was heard as the stone panel pivoted and revealed a secret door. Enheduanna disappeared into the pitch-black passage and closed the panel behind her, her path in the dark guided by memory as much as by touch. Ninki waited praying while Tahunum stared at the ground and searched his mind for its own secret passages. Suddenly Tahunum raised his head, for another visitor approached. Tahunum gripped the hilt of his sword with one hand as he slid open the slit of the porthole.
You may not enter further, Galagal. Calm yourself, Gudyan. I come with a message from Naram Sin for Enheduanna. What is the message? Tell her that her brother is dead. The king is dead.
Yes. I found him outside the temple. The wretch had ended his own life.
With the spear in the back, I'm sure.
Tell Eredwana she is to come to the throne room of King Naram-Sin and give him her blessing publicly. This is the path to peace, Gutian.
I will tell her. Now leave.
I will be back soon.
Tahunum drew the slit closed and looked searchingly at Ninki, his concern interrupted seconds later by the wall's secret passage reopening as Inhedwana emerged, blinking in the torchlight.
Bocsi, de kíváncsi vagyok, hogy ennek mi lesz így a vége, vagy lesz-e bármi változás így a háttérben, vagy akármiben.
But I do not have time to grieve. I must go to Naram-Sin and make it clear that I stand against him. His impiety must not appear to have my approval.
But, High Priestess, he will have you slain.
Not if I make my reproach in public, for he would lose the people's favor if he killed me. He is surely anxious about his authority, and so will try to appear magnanimous in response to my censure. Perhaps I will be banished, but he will not harm me directly. Ninki, listen carefully. Naram-Sin has repeatedly defamed Inanna in order to weaken my standing with the people. To show his power, Naram-Sin's men will soon ransack and pillage the temple. They will be looking to destroy the tablet of the holiest May, but we must ensure they do not find it. You must escape with the tablet and bring it safely to the Druidya.
But how will I reach the Druidya, High Priestess?
First, you must travel up the Euphrates until you can go no further, and then make your way on foot to the Western Sea. From there, you will sail to Crete and seek the help of King Bansabira. Within the tombs of the temple, there is a route that leads under the city to an exit near the docks. The path is well hidden with puzzles to lead astray the unworthy. You will need to make your way carefully through the underground passages to the dock.
Could I not simply go publicly to the docks, High Priestess?
Naram-Sin knows you are my favorite, Ninki. The only reason they have not come for you already is that Naram-Sin still hopes I will support his coup. The moment he knows I will not support him as king, you will be in great danger. He will hope to punish me through your pain. Tarhunum, you must go at once and prepare a boat to sail through the marshes of the Euphrates. Be ready to meet Ninki at the old dock tonight.
But, High Priestess, surely I must stay and protect you.
Do not argue with me, Gutian. You must protect Ninki and the tablet now. Swear to me that you will.
I swear to do so, High Priestess. I swear on my life.
I will hold you to it, brave warrior. Remember, Ninki, the tablet contains the key to restoring Inanna to her rightful throne. You must succeed.
I understand, High Priestess. I will bring the tablet to Druidya.
May you succeed in doing so, my beloved Ninki. Now go, both of you. May Inanna watch over you and guide you on your path.
The young priestess Ninki followed Inhedwana through the temple down into the most ancient and long-forgotten
Magyar felett nem mindig van a helyzet magaslatán.
Here Inhedwana grasped a large but unassuming clay slab and lifted it, unveiling a shadowy portal whose steep steps were barely visible with Ninki's torch. Inhedwana did not hide her tears as she embraced her beloved priestess, but said nothing as Ninki descended into the underground. As Ninki reached the base of the stairs, she looked up one last time at the High Priestess. Inhedwana regarded her gently and a final tear dropped into the underworld as she slid the clay covering back into place.
Ó, na, történni fog valami. Hát basszus, eltelt a játékból 4 óra 20 perc, mire lett megint egy mozgókép. Hát ez egy jó mozgókép volt.
Ninki took a deep breath as she emerged in an overgrown outcropping above the river. Looking carefully, she saw the docks nearby, their structures reflecting with the moonlight on the water. She carefully made her way down the bank to the boats and buildings, hoping she would remain unnoticed as she scanned the faces of sailors and workers readying for the dawn. Yet, try as she might, she could not spot Tahunum anywhere among them. After many fruitless minutes, she sat by an empty boat and stared at the inky waters, pondering her next move. Just as her remaining hope seemed to sink into the water's depths, an unfamiliar voice called from behind to her.
Are you Ninki?
Who are you, sir?
You are seeking the good Tian that was waiting here, yes?
Jó. Jó. No. Na szóval. Ez egy vizuális novella. Tehát nagyjából így ennyi a játékmenet, hogy leülsz és nézed és hallgatod. Nagyjából ennyi. Biztos, hogy ennek a műfajnak is megvan a maga létjogosultsága, de hogy ebből én szerintem több anyagot, videót készíteni nem fogok, azt szerintem majdnem, hogy biztos. Tehát azért mondom, hogy biztosan jó ez a... Tehát megértem, hogy van ez a vizuális novella stílus. És elhiszem, hogy ennek vannak hát rajongói, fogalmazzunk így. Azt hiszem Japánban, vagy Kínában ez nagyon divatos, ez a fajta dolog, hogy igen, hogy leülsz és megnézed ezeket a dolgokat. Amúgy szép, meg minden, csak tehát igen, jól meg vannak csinálva a karakterek, az álló karakterek. Meg a szinkron is, tehát a szinkron is jó. És jó, hogy van hozzá magyar felirat, bár mondjuk a magyar felirat nem mindig áll a helyzet magaslatán. Van egy-kettő félrefordítás benne, de mindegy, nem lényeg, nem szólok bele. Ettől függetlenül azt mondom, hogy ennyi legyen elég ebből az Inanna Epikájából, én szerintem. És én várom kommentbe a véleményeteket, hogy mit gondoltok erről az alkotásról. És hogyha esetlegesen így megszavazzátok, akkor akár még végigjátszás is lehet belőle, bár nem tudom, hogy mikor tudnék belekommentálni. Bármit is, tehát így értitek? Tehát csak úgy, hogyha így megállítom. Na mindegy. Egy dolgot szeretnék, mi az, hogy történelem? Ja, hogy amit eddig dumáltak. Aha, jó. Az a történelem, jó, akkor főmenü. Biztosan visszatérsz a főmenübe, ez elveszíti a nem mentett haladást. Nem baj. És az egy zene, ami van itt a főmenüben, azt mondom, hogy az nem rossz, tehát legalább ilyen epikus. Epikus ez a zene. Epikus. Tényleg epikája. Inanna Epikája, érted? Na mindegy, 100-szornak is egy a vége, meg 1-szornak is 100 a vége. Köszönöm szépen mindenkinek a figyelmet, én Szói voltam, legyetek jó, hihetosok, figyeljetek magatokra és egymással, aztán majd találkozunk egy másik játéknak az alkalmával, jó? Na, sziasztok!